All right, hello, happy Friday. It's the end of week number 2 here at the legislative session up in Salt Lake. I like to reach out each week and give you kind of a recap of what happened during the week. We made a strategic decision early on in the legislature to take on the big rocks or the elephants in the room at the beginning of the session. Those included things like the transgender bill and the vaccine passport prohibition. Both those bills have made it through committee, and you may have listened to some of the testimony in the House on the floor about those bills. We had 2 transgender bills, very tough issue. We love everybody in Utah. We want people to feel accepted and have options, but at the same time, we believe strongly that we need to protect our children. And so ultimately that bill, Senate Bill 60 passed, which will prohibit puberty blockers and or hormones and or surgeries for any minor. The one exception was if they're already under care, they can continue in that care. And then of course the vaccine passport prohibition is a lock, and that's going to make it through without any problem, in my opinion. And on all these bills, these 2 bills I mentioned, we seek a veto-proof majority so that it will become law no matter what the governor decides to do. For me personally, working very hard right now on appropriations. Again, I mentioned last week the appropriation for running all the executive offices in criminal justice. We're hearing right now all the requirements and requests for corrections and law enforcement and judiciary, the Attorney General's office, to keep those areas functioning smoothly. And probably the most important thing any of us want to do this week or this session is tax cuts. And we've done a lot of collection of information from you, the voter, and we're going to apply some of the biggest tax cuts we've ever done in the state of Utah. And we can do that because we have a healthy budget based on being fiscally responsible with the money that we have. And so with that, I just say thank you to everybody. I hear from many of you daily, and I'm trying hard to answer all those emails and phone calls. Keep them coming. We want to hear how you're feeling. I just met with a teacher from Salem, where I live, and we provided unprecedented teacher raise this year. I understand there was some angst over some of the other aspects of the bill with regard to school choice, but I voted for that bill, HB 215, because I felt the majority of my constituents wanted school choice, and ultimately the teachers ended up in good shape on this. All right, and finally, I'd just like to invite you to join me on Saturday morning at Nebo School District in Spanish Fork on Main Street there. From 7:30 to 9, we'll be doing an event called Bills and Bagels, and we just will have most of the Utah County representatives and senators there, and would just love to have you there and hear from you and hear your concerns and hear maybe even some congratulations or thanks or some angst. Even if you're unhappy, we want you there because as your representative, we want to represent you and hear how you feel. So thank you.